Have you ever been sound asleep, then all of a sudden, bam! A sharp cramp hits your leg so hard it wakes you right up? I've had patients tell me it feels like getting struck by lightning. It comes out of nowhere, hits like a hammer, and has them grabbing their leg and groaning in pain. Believe me, I get it. At our age, folks often shrug it off and say, "Well, I guess that's just part of getting older." But the truth is, that's not the whole story. You don't have to live with leg cramps just because you've hit a certain number on the calendar. My name's Dr. James. I'm over 60 myself, and I've been working at a health center out here in sunny Arizona for decades. Over the years, I've seen countless folks our age dealing with this exact thing, those painful nighttime cramps that seem to come out of nowhere. And you know what I always tell them? Your body is still listening, it's just missing a few key nutrients. That's why today, I want to share with you 7 important vitamins and minerals that can really make a difference. They don't just help stop those nasty leg cramps, they also strengthen your legs, help you stay steady, and give you back some confidence when you move around. Take it from me, when your body gets the right support, you sleep better, walk easier, and feel more in control. So let's dive in together, and I'll walk you through it. Part 1. Why folks over 60 get more leg cramps and weakness. You know, one thing I've seen a lot in my patients over 60 is those sudden, painful leg cramps that hit at night. Usually it's the calf or the foot, sometimes even shoots up to the thigh. Most people figure it's just a bad sleeping position or something that comes with age. But honestly, there are some real reasons inside the body that make cramps more common as we get older. First off, we start to lose muscle as we age, a normal process called sarcopenia. And when your muscles get weaker, they cramp up easier, especially when you're resting or sleeping. Second, our bones start thinning too. That's called osteoporosis. Not only does it make us more likely to break a bone, but it also means our muscles have to work harder just to keep us steady. Then there's circulation. As we age, our blood doesn't flow quite as well. The blood vessels don't open up like they used to, so the muscles, especially in the legs, don't always get the oxygen and nutrients they need. That's when cramps can sneak in. And finally, there's a lack of key vitamins and minerals. A lot of older folks eat less or just don't absorb nutrients as well anymore. That can lead to low levels of magnesium, potassium, calcium, or vitamins like D, K2, and B12. All of these are quiet helpers your muscles count on to keep moving smoothly. Here's something you might not know. More than 60% of people over 60 get nighttime leg cramps at least a few times a month. But many just put up with it, thinking it's no big deal. Let me tell you something important. A small cramp might be your body's way of waving a red flag. If you're cramping often or your legs feel weak, it could mean you're seriously low on something your body needs. And if you ignore it, it could lead to more falls, poor sleep, or trouble getting around. So don't brush it often if it only lasts a few seconds. That cramp might be your body saying, "Hey, I need a little help in here." In the next part, I'll walk you through the exact vitamins and minerals I always recommend to my senior patients. Not just to calm those cramps, but to help you keep walking strong and steady like you used to. Let's keep going. Part 2. Vitamin D, the sunshine pillar of strength. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you sat out in the morning sun for a few minutes? I ask because that good old sunshine is one of the best ways your body makes vitamin D, and this little vitamin plays a big role in keeping your legs strong and cramp-free. Most folks call it the sunshine vitamin. But me? I like to call it the backbone of strength for folks our age, because it does a whole lot more than most people realize. First off, vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium. And we all know no calcium, no strong bones or muscles. But that's not all. Vitamin D also helps your muscles react faster, calms down inflammation, and even helps your body stay steady and balanced. In plain terms, it helps you walk steadier, stay on your feet, and catch yourself if you ever trip. I read a study not long ago that really stuck with me. Older adults who don't have enough vitamin D are twice as likely to fall as those who do. And it's not just because their legs are weak, it's because their muscles can't react fast enough when they lose balance. That's how slips turn into falls. Here's the thing, a lot of seniors don't get enough sun. Sometimes we're indoors more, or we avoid the sun to protect our skin. And even when we do get some sun, our skin just doesn't make vitamin D like it used to. So what do I tell my patients? Step outside in the early morning sun for 10 to 15 minutes, a day no window glass in the way. Just bare skin on your hands or face soaking in that gentle light. It's safe, and it helps your bones more than you think. Next, try to eat more fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines. They're packed with natural vitamin D. Eggs and sun-dried mushrooms are good too. They're simple, easy to add to your meals. And if food and sun aren't quite enough, you can take a vitamin D supplement somewhere between 800 to 1,000 IU a day. But as always, have a quick chat with your doctor before starting anything new. I've had patients tell me they sleep better, feel less leg fatigue, and have fewer nighttime cramps all within just a few weeks of getting their vitamin D levels back on track. So you see, a little sunlight and a little care can go a long way in helping you walk steady and live with more confidence. In the next part, I'll tell you about a different mineral that often flies under the radar but turns out to be super important for stopping leg cramps. A lot of folks are low in it without even knowing. Let's keep going. Part 3. Calcium, your bone and muscle buddy. Most folks think calcium is just for bones, and that's partly true. It is the building block that keeps our bones strong. But here's something you might not know. If you've ever had a leg cramp in the middle of the night, or if your legs feel sore and tight, or like they can't hold you steady low, calcium might be the reason. I always tell my patients, calcium doesn't just build strong bones, it's also the traffic cop for your muscles, telling them when to tighten up and when to relax. When your body runs low on calcium, your muscles don't get the right signals. They might contract when they're not supposed to or stay tight too long. That's when you feel cramps, leg fatigue, or even have trouble walking smoothly. I remember one lady, 68 years old. She told me she couldn't sleep because her legs cramped up every night. We did a simple blood test and her calcium was very low. Once we got her on the right supplements and added vitamin D to help her absorb it, she was sleeping like a baby within 2 weeks. Now you might be wondering, what should I eat to get enough calcium, doc? Here's what I usually recommend. Start with dairy if you can handle it. Milk, yogurt, and calcium-fortified milk are easy and effective. Leafy greens like spinach and collard greens have a good amount of natural calcium too. A small handful of almonds every day? Great for calcium and your heart. Tofu is another smart choice, especially the kind made with calcium. Easy to cook, easy to digest. And don't forget sardines. They're small, but their soft bones are packed with natural calcium. Just eat the whole fish. Now, here's something really important. Calcium needs vitamin D to work right. Without vitamin D, your body can't absorb calcium properly. So whether it's from food or a supplement, make sure you're getting both. Calcium helps keep your bones strong, your legs steady, and it even helps prevent falls and fractures, which, let's be honest, are things we all want to avoid as we age. You might think, I eat just fine, I'm probably not low on calcium. But here's the thing, as we get older, our bodies don't absorb nutrients like they used to. That's why I recommend checking your calcium levels once in a while, just to be safe. And here's something else to think about. Even if your muscles are relaxed, if your nerves aren't working well, you could still get cramps, tingling, or numbness in your legs. That's why in the next part, I'll tell you about a vitamin that's essential for keeping your nerves healthy and your legs moving smoothly. Let's keep going. Part 4. Vitamin B12, the quiet protector of your nerves. Have you ever felt a weird tingling in your feet? Like someone's lightly poking the bottom of your foot with a pin while you're walking? Or maybe you've stood up and felt a little wobbly, like your balance just isn't what it used to be? A lot of folks chalk that up to just getting older. But in many cases, it's actually a sign you're low on vitamin B12. I like to call B12 the quiet bodyguard for your nerves. It doesn't get as much attention as calcium or vitamin D, but it plays a big role in helping your nerves send signals from your brain all the way down to your legs. And when you don't have enough, those signals get scrambled, and that's when you start feeling weak, numb, or unsteady on your feet. Let me tell you about one of my patients, George. He's 74, sharp as a tack, still gets around on his own. But a few months ago, he told me, "Doc, it feels like I'm stepping on something soft all the time, even though there's nothing there." We ran some blood work and, sure enough, he was very low in B12. Just a month after starting the right supplement, he came back smiling and said, "My legs feel lighter now. I don't feel like I'm walking on pillows anymore." Now here's something a lot of folks don't realize. As we age, our stomachs don't absorb B12 from food as well even if we eat the right stuff. That's because our stomach acid naturally decreases, and that acid is what helps unlock B12 during digestion. So, what can you do? Here are a few good food sources of B12 I always recommend. Lean meats especially, beef or chicken. Eggs the yolk is where the B12 lives. Milk and dairy products. Shellfish, like clams or oysters. And if you can stomach it, beef, liver is packed with B12. Now, if you're not getting enough from food or your body just isn't absorbing it, well, taking a supplement is a smart and easy fix. Most folks do well with 500 to 1,000 micrograms a day, but always ask your doctor what's right for you. Oh, and here's a little heads up. If you take stomach meds oftener, if you're diabetic and on metformin, you're even more likely to run low on B12. So it's worth getting checked now and then. So don't let numb feet or shaky legs make you think you're just getting old. Sometimes it's just your nerves asking for a little help, a little more B12. In the next part, I'll talk about a powerful mineral that acts like your body's natural muscle, relaxer especially helpful for stopping those sudden nighttime leg cramps. Let's keep going. Part 5. Magnesium, your body's natural muscle relaxer. Have you ever been sleeping soundly when suddenly, bam, a cramp hits your leg so hard it jerks you awake? Your muscles tighten like a knot, the pain shoots through your calf, and all you can do is grit your teeth and wait for it to pass. If that sounds familiar, let me tell you something plain and simple. Your body might be running low on magnesium. I like to call magnesium your body's natural relaxer because it helps your muscles contract and release properly. Without it, your muscles get stuck, like a car that won't shift gears. That's when the cramps kick in, especially during the night. There was a study in Ukraine back in 2024 that really caught my eye. They gave 175 people 226 milligrams of magnesium oxide monohydrate every evening for 60 days. And guess what? Most folks reported fewer cramps, less pain, and better sleep. Many said their legs felt lighter, and they stopped waking up from those awful nighttime spasms. Pretty encouraging, right? Now let's talk about where to get magnesium the natural way. Here are a few foods I always recommend to my patients. Pumpkin seeds. Crunchy, tasty, and packed with magnesium. Almonds, just a small handful a day can help. Leafy greens, like spinach or kale, easy to cook and great for your muscles. Black beans, especially when soft cooked, gentle on your gut and heart-friendly too. And if you've got a sweet tooth, dark chocolate, look for 70% or higher, has a nice dose of magnesium too. Now, if your diet isn't quite cutting it, supplements can fill the gap. But not all forms of magnesium are equal. For seniors especially, I suggest looking for magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate. They're easier on the stomach and absorb better. I always remind folks, magnesium doesn't just ease cramps, it also helps you sleep better, calms your nerves, and keeps your heartbeat steady. Best part? It's affordable, safe, and you'll often notice a difference in just a few weeks if you take it the right way. Next up, I'll share another important vitaminone that helps your muscles stay in rhythm and keeps your body's fluids balanced. Most people don't even realize they're missing it. Let's keep going. Part 6. Potassium, keeping your muscles and fluids in sync. Have you ever noticed your legs feeling a little shaky? Or maybe you stood up and felt like your muscles just weren't as strong or steady as they used to be? It might seem like no big deal, but sometimes those little signs are your body's way of saying, "Hey, I'm running low on potassium." Potassium is a mineral that plays a big role in keeping your muscles working right and helping your body hold on to just the right amount of fluid. I like to think of it as the conductor of your muscle orchestra, keeping every movement smooth and on beat. When you don't have enough, your muscles can start cramping, shaking, or just feeling plain weak. What a lot of folks don't realize is that it doesn't take much to lose potassium. Sweating too much, taking water pills, or even a stomach bug can cause your levels to drop. And as we get older, our bodies just aren't as good at holding on to it like they used to be. That's why I always tell my patients, don't wait for the cramps to remind you about potassium. Get ahead of it, and your muscles will thank you. So, where can you get more potassium from? Here are some tasty and easy foods I always recommend. Bananas. One a day is a great start. Sweet potatoes. Great for your gut and full of potassium. Avocados. A creamy treat with healthy fats and good minerals. Oranges or fresh orange juice. Refreshing and helpful. Spinach. Especially steamed or lightly sautéed. As for how much you need, women should aim for about 2,600 milligrams a day, and men need around 3,400 milligrams. But here's something important. If you have kidney problems, or your doctor has told you to limit potassium, don't make changes without checking in first. Too much potassium can cause trouble too just, like too little. The good news? If you're eating a balanced diet with fresh fruits and veggies, you probably won't need any supplements at all. A simple lunch with sweet potato, some greens, and a banana for dessert can give your body everything it needs to keep going strong. Next up, I'll talk about a vitamin that often gets overlooked, but it plays a big part in keeping your bones strong and muscles working right. It might even help you sleep through the night without those painful cramps. Let's keep going. Part 7. Vitamin K2, the missing puzzle piece for strong bones and calm muscles. Let me tell you about a little-known vitamin that doesn't get much attention, but plays a big part in keeping your bones strong, your muscles working right, and even cutting down those painful nighttime leg cramps. It's called vitamin K2. I like to think of it as the smart traffic cop inside your body. Why that name? Because K2 helps calcium get to the right places like your bones and teeth while keeping it out of the wrong places like your arteries or joints. See, if you're low on K2, the calcium you take in might not go where it's supposed to. Instead, it can build up in spots it shouldn't, causing stiff arteries, joint pain, or even cramping, since your muscles aren't getting what they need. There was a study in China in 2023 that really stuck with me. They looked at 199 folks over the age of 65 who were dealing with leg cramps at night. Half of them took 180 micrograms of vitamin K2 every day, and after 8 weeks, here's what happened. Their leg cramps happened less often. When they did have cramps, the pain was shorter and milder. And most of all, they finally got some restful sleep without being jolted awake. That might not sound like much, but if you've ever been woken up by a cramp, you know just how big a deal that is. So, where can you get more K2 from food? Here are some good sources. Natto, a fermented soybean dish from Japan. It has a strong smell, but it's packed with K2. Aged cheese, like Gouda or Edam. Egg yolks, tasty and easy to add to meals. Animal liver, like chicken or beef liver if that's your thing. If you prefer supplements, look for ones labeled MK7. That's the type of K2 that your body absorbs best. Now, one important note. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, check with your doctor before adding K2. It can interfere with how those medications work. I always tell my patients, K, the second of, may be small, but it helps keep everything on track from your calcium to your blood to your sleep. And when all those pieces are moving in harmony, your body runs smoother without cramps showing up in the middle of the night. Next, I'll share the final vitamin in today's list. This one's great for your circulation, helps lower inflammation, and supports muscle recovery too. Let's keep going. Part 8. Vitamin B6, the unsung hero for balance, muscle repair, and energy. Hi, friend. We've talked about a bunch of important vitamins so far, and now it's time for one that often gets overlooked, vitamin B6. I like to tell my patients, if your body were a radio, B6 would be the antennae. Helps the signal come through loud and clear. It might sound like a joke, but it's true. B6 plays a big role in how your nerves and muscles talk to each other. When you don't have enough of it, you might start feeling off balance, have sore muscles, or notice that your body takes longer to bounce back after even simple things like walking or working in the yard. B6 also helps your body make red blood cells, which carry oxygen to your muscles. So if you're low on B6, it's kind of like your muscles are running out of air. You feel tired, slow, and weak. Now here's the good news. B6 is easy to get from foods you probably already like. Here are some great sources. Salmon, great for your heart, and packed with B6. Bananas, easy to grab for breakfast or a snack. Chickpeas, you can toss them into soups or salads. Potatoes, a friendly favorite and easy on the stomach. Fortified cereals, just make sure to pick one with low sugar. How much do you need? Men should aim for about 1.7 milligrams of B6 a day, and women around 1.5 milligrams. And here's something important. Don't go overboard with B6 supplements. Taking too much for too long can cause tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Like anything good, it's all about the right amount. I remember one of my patients, Jerry, he's 72. He used to feel his legs wobble every time he stood up. Turns out, he was low in both B6 and B12. After just 3 weeks of changing his diet and taking the right supplements, he called me up and said, "Doc, I can stand up now without holding on to anything." That's the power of these small, mighty nutrients. When you give your body what it's missing, it gives you strength, better sleep, and a steadier step in return. Now you might be thinking, where do I even begin? How do I make sure I'm getting enough of all this without making it complicated? Don't worry, the next part will walk you through an easy daily plan to help stop leg cramps naturally and keep your body moving strong. Let's keep going. Part 9. A simple daily plan to keep leg cramps away. Dear friend, now that we've gone through the 8 key vitamins and minerals, you might be thinking, okay, I get what my body needs, but how do I fit all this into my daily routine without it being a hassle? Don't worry, I'm here to help you pull it all together into one simple, doable plan. No need for fancy diets or big changes. Just a few steady steps each day can make a real difference. Morning. A gentle start that feeds your muscles. 1 egg boiled or lightly fried gives you vitamin D and B12. A warm glass of milk for strong bones and calcium. A slice of whole grain toast, preferably one with added vitamin B6. Half an avocado rich in potassium and magnesium to support your muscles and keep fluids balanced. Bonus tip. After breakfast, try to get 10 to 15 minutes of early morning sunshine. No need to sunbathe, just let some sunlight hit your hands or face. That little bit helps your body make the vitamin D it needs. Lunchtime. Fuel up and feed your muscles. A small piece of baked or steamed salmon packed with vitamin D, B6, and healthy fats. A cup of steamed leafy greens, like spinach or kale, to get calcium, magnesium, and fiber. A baked sweet potato for potassium, magnesium, and slow-burning energy. You can even drizzle a little olive oil or sprinkle some pumpkin seeds on your meal. It adds flavor and helps your heart and muscles too. Dinner. Light, easy on the stomach, but still nutritious. A warm bowl of tofu soup with greens gentle on digestion and full of calcium. A small serving of aged cheese, like Gouda or Edam's, contain vitamin K2, which helps calcium go where it's needed. And before bed, sip a small glass of warm water to stay hydrated and reduce nighttime cramps. And here are a few simple daily habits to add. Drink water regularly. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Take a gentle walk for 10 to 20 minutes after lunch or in the evening. Before bedtime, stretch your legs for a few minutes to help blood flow and relax your muscles. You see, you don't need to memorize every single vitamin name. Just eat right, and each bite will quietly support your bones, muscles, nerves, and balance. I always tell my patients, after 60, your body's like a car that's carried you through a lot of miles. With a little routine care and the right fuel, it can still run strong and steady. If you stick to this plan each day, you'll likely see real improvements, fewer cramps, better sleep, and stronger steps. But sometimes, there are signs your body's giving you that you shouldn't ignore. In the next part, I'll walk you through when it's time to check in with your doctor, just to make sure everything's working as it should and you're on the right track for the long run. Let's keep going. Part 10. When it's time to see your doctor. I know a lot of folks, especially after 60, tend to be tough. You feel a little pain and you push through. A cramp hits and you wait for it to pass. That kind of patience is admirable, but sometimes it can keep us from catching something more serious. Here's what I want you to remember. Not every leg cramp is just from low minerals or tired muscles. Now and then, it's your body trying to warn you that something deeper may be going on. So when should you stop waiting and call your doctor? If you notice any of the things below, don't put it off. Your leg cramps last more than a few minutes or keep coming back, even though you're eating well. You feel numbness, tingling, or weakness in your legs. You're feeling off balance, stumbling, or falling for no clear reason. You notice real changes like muscle shrinking, shaky hands or feet, or odd feelings in your toes. These signs might point to serious issues like low vitamin B12, nerve damage, circulation problems, or even spine or blood vessel concerns. If that sounds familiar, your doctor might want to run a blood test to check your levels of B12, D, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and more. Do a nerve or circulation check to see if anything's affecting your nerves or blood flow. Review your medications, since some drugs can cause cramps or throw off your body's mineral balance. And one more thing I really want you to keep in mind. Don't just start popping supplements because someone said they're good. If you take the wrong type or wrong dose, especially if you're on blood thinners or have kidney or heart issues, it can actually do more harm than good. I always tell my patients, before you add anything new, ask yourself, what is my body really asking for? And the best way to get that answer? Talk to your doctor. Let them help you figure out what your body truly needs, safely and wisely. Part 11. A final word from the doctor. Dear friend, there's something I always tell my patients. Getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. Your body's still listening if you give it what it needs. Maybe you've been thinking that leg cramps, wobbly steps, or restless sleep just come with age, but the truth is they don't have to. Sometimes, it only takes a few small changes, stepping out for a little morning sun, eating more leafy greens, or getting the right vitamins, and your body will quietly thank you. You might notice your steps feel steadier. Your sleep comes easier. You feel more at ease in your own skin. You don't need to turn your life upside down. Just start with something simple. A banana in the morning, a glass of coconut water in the afternoon, a quiet moment to check in with your body. I truly believe you deserve to live healthy, free, and unbothered by cramps or weak legs slowing you down. And you can do that not with expensive pills or complicated routines, but with a little patience and a better understanding of what your body really needs. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you keep going on this journey of caring for your health, not just for your legs, but for the good life you've worked so hard to enjoy. I'll see you again in the next talk, always speaking to you like family. Wishing you a peaceful night and a strong tomorrow.